Here on a special edition of the Shlyn Show podcast. This is the Traditions episode presented by Microsoft Teams. And with that, we obviously have to have a very special guest. Defensive end Duwaene Smoot, Smoot Gang, as the kids like to say, is with us now. Thank you for joining us. And how does it feel to be a special guest, not just a guest?
Feels great. I mean, it's always good to feel special, on this special episode. But yeah, you got it right though. Smoot gang. You already know what it is. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Love it. Okay, so we have not talked in a very long time. I mean, basically this entire season, and you're in your fourth year. You're leading the team in sacks right now with 4.5 sacks. So at least to me, it seems like you're kind of coming into your own and finding your groove. Do you feel the same way?
I definitely feel the same way. I feel like I've been coming into my groove like this whole year. Like this whole year has been like one of my best years when it comes to like getting to the quarterback and getting pressures and just being around the ball as much as possible. So I feel like I'm definitely coming to my own, and this year has really turned out great for me.
Right, and then this year obviously is the weirdest year ever. 2020 will go down in history. How will you remember this year?
I would say just taking it all the way back to like off season and stuff. I mean, not even knowing if you can even go out and go train or do any of those things, just finding the time to be able to work and stuff has already been it's been a challenge, to be an athlete in these times. But just been trying to just take it all by stride and just keep going,
Right, and I feel like for you guys, like there was a point where there was an off season, but there also wasn't because everything was so up in the air. So I feel like you guys really didn't get that break that you normally get. Are you feeling that on your body right now? The unsureness that was way back in August?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely feeling it on my body. Like we didn't even know if it was off season or we were going to be on season or like what. It didn't, like, no one really knew. So I mean for like a couple of weeks I had to just sit it down, and then I was like, well, it looks like we're going to have a season, so we kind of got to turn it back up and get right back into training. So it was a lot of ups and downs.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever get to the point where you were definitely unsure if you were going to play and what was going through your head? Because I know I had my doubts.
Definitely around OTA time when they were like, no OTAs, I was like, well, if we can't do OTAs, how are we going to be able to do the season? So I was definitely a little worried around April, around that time.
I am with you. Yes, the worry was definitely there. So, okay, so we are this defense. I can't figure it out. I mean, you guys, after the bye week, made what seemed like a huge shift. It is so competitive now, these games. I mean, the past 4 out of 5, it's down to the final drive, and this defense is keeping this team in games. So what happened after the bye week for that shift to happen?
I think we all just kind of sat down and kind of reflected on exactly what we were doing individually. And that's what we kept on saying, like, look at yourself individually and figure out what you can do better. And I felt like after the bye week, after everybody had that time to spend with their family, kind of just get back to themselves, we kind of all figured it out. And I mean, we had some people that kind of went down and stuff, and we've always had great depth, and the guys really stepped up, and we've been balling in the last couple of weeks. So I'm just hoping to keep that going.
I will admit to you, there are games when I look down at the roster and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, because there has been so much plug and play. So when a new guy walks into the room, how do you address that? Because there's been a lot of that this year. There's no way around it.
It's just bringing them on as soon as possible. And we just got a new guy again today. So we're just trying to bring on as much people as possible, and just knowing that at any time, any of you guys can play. So as soon as we can get you guys in the playbook, as soon as we can get you guys, together and start building relationships, it's for the better. And that's what we've been trying to do. Just every new guy that gets in, we just kind of trying to bring them in. Sometimes we even have to remind them about the plays while we're playing, but it's been tough. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but we've been just trying to keep it going.
Yes, you mentioned those ups and downs, and this losing streak, obviously it's tough. And I mean, everyone says, hey, like, you have a job to do. This is your job to show up to work. But I guess for you, how do you motivate yourself? I mean, how do you get out of bed and say, I got to go to the stadium, regardless if it's a winning season or an 11-game losing streak? How do you keep yourself going?
I mean, if you looked at my history, I've never really been on like a winning team besides the 2017 team. Even in college, like I played at Illinois, it was tough. So I mean, every day you just got to know, like, I'm here for, to work. I'm here to put on for myself more than anything, and just knowing, okay, if I put on for myself, I'm going to help the team. If I'm balling and I'm doing what I have to do, then I'm going to help the team. And I mean, the team is really all just relationships at the end. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a great relationship with the guy next to you, you know you're going to ride for them at the end of the day. So every day, just getting up, just knowing that you have something to look forward to, just putting on for your family, putting on for the guy next to you. That's all you can really look forward to.
Yeah, and you mentioned those relationships from an outsider's perspective, and we are so outside this year. It seems like this is the closest I've at least seen a team, and it's definitely a good thing right now going through that losing streak. You want that. Do you feel the same way? And why do you think that is? Why are you guys so close this year?
I feel like it's because we are going through so much ups and downs. We're very high at like the fourth quarter, and we're like, oh, things are going to go good, and then it kind of goes down, and we got to pick each other back up. It's just those ups and downs and those emotions that we have to go through has made us so close, you know.
All right, so we mentioned that this is the traditions episode, and obviously I've talked to some guys and they're super superstitious, and they eat the same breakfast before a game, they listen to the same song. So take me through your normal game day morning. Are you one of those guys, or you kind of just go with the flow?
It might sound bad, but the day before, I literally cannot sleep. So what I've been doing recently is taking my my gaming laptop. I'll be on Call of Duty until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, the day before the game. So I just try to treat it like it's like an every day, you know? I mean, every day I usually, you know, I get my gaming time in and stuff like that. So it just relaxes me. It puts me in a mindset where I can get away from football. And then the morning of, I just treat it like it's a practice day, you know? I just come in like, okay, this is like a regular day. It's a regular schedule, you know? This time I'm just playing a game. I just need to go in it, just real calm, cool, collected. And about 30 or 40 minutes before the game, that's when I start putting on my soundtrack. You know, I start getting hyped up and stuff like that, and actually start putting myself in that mindset. It works for me.
Yeah. Okay. What's the soundtrack?
A lot of Wiz Khalifa. A lot of Wiz. Usually I play This Plane and I play Goodbye. Goodbye is like my song.
That's the last song.
Yes, that's the last song.
Okay, I've never heard game till 2 a.m. the night before a game. You're right, it does kind of have a negative connotation, but hey, if it relaxes you, it works.
It relaxes, so hey, it's been working, so I'm going to keep it going.
Absolutely. I don't fault you for that. All right, so tell me about your My Cause, My Cleats are representing arts and culture and music, and I have never talked to a player who's represented this cause. I feel like it's really unique for one, you to be passionate about that, and two, to feel so passionate about it that you're gonna do My Cause, My Cleats for it.
Right. I mean, jams was always like a big thing for me ever since, it was about a couple years ago. Me and my wife, I'm taking it back to my son. Me and my wife, we had a natural birth, and our doula, she actually introduced us to the school. We went there on their play night. They had like videos, they had them singing, they had them dancing, they had them like, they even did paintings and stuff. They did everything. They did all the decoration and everything. And I was just like, all these kids did this, and they were so energetic and so happy about it. And I was like, I want to be a part of this. And I talked to the director there, and he was like, well, the bad thing about it is that they're so underfunded. They don't really have the opportunity to really put on these players to really kind of get their name out there. And I was like, we definitely have to do something. So for the last two years, I've been trying to get with Adriel to trying to get some things going. And this year we made it possible, and they were happy about it. I know they're going to be happy about it on Sunday, and I can't wait to give back the proceeds as well for it.
That is awesome. Very, very cool and unique. You mentioned your son. Tell me about him. We really haven't talked much about your son, but I see him on Instagram. I see you showing him off.
Hey, a little Amir. Yeah, he's the best. I mean, I'm just so happy every day whenever I'm able to see his face. He's happy to see me every day too. He's growing so much. He's not even 2 years old and he's already talking. So I'm very happy. I'm a happy dad.
Love that. Yes, definitely seem like a proud dad. All right, Smoot, a very special guest on a special edition of the Shlyn Show. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.